No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Ooh, the gym. Old stomping grounds. Hank Patterson, fly fishing guide.
Riley Smith, tight end.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Hey, you wouldn't happen to be the kicker?
No, tight end.
Again, thank you. I'm looking for a kicker for Lithia Ford's fall kickoff sale. But you're not the kicker.
No.
Yeah. Nah, the kicker's probably taller and in a lot better shape. So, okay. What position do you play?
Tight end.
Squats. Yeah. Try it sometime.
RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, is going all in this season with an all-star lineup. First up, he led the Broncos to 3 conference championships and 10 20-win seasons. It's Coach Leon Rice. Next, he's the founder and CEO of RowPaint.com. He played a little basketball in high school on the driveway with his mom. It's Andy Rowe.
Oh, no. Want to just paint my house?
Now that I can do. When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust RowPaint.com to get that job done right.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Canned Cocktails is perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Now, here's 4-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Hey, how we doing, Boise State fans? Welcome on in. Happy Friday. Happy game day. Happy VIP basketball experience today. Jay Tust joins us on a RowPaint.com Friday. We're sporting the title sponsor today. By the way, Andy was on with Prater and Johnny yesterday. Great interview. Go check out Johnny and Prater. They had Andy Rowe in the Rowe Paint Studios, so he was essentially in his own studio yesterday, and it was fun hearing his stories about being a Boise State fan. I digress, but looking forward. Andy Rowe is coming with us, Jay, today on the private jet. When you're the title sponsor and there's an extra seat on the jet, you get invited to go. So we're super excited to get down to San Diego today. Roy Miller, our contest winner, we leave at 11 o'clock. Get to have a few drinks out by the beach. They will be. I won't be. Getting ready for the game today. And then big one tonight. But Jay, happy game day. Happy Friday. 38 hours from now, we'll know the seeding for the Mountain West tournament. I rambled there, but how you doing, man?
I'm good. Yeah. Game day, rare Friday game for Boise State to wrap up the regular season. Kind of nice because it gives them just one more day to rest up before the Mountain West tournament begins for them next Thursday. And the crazy thing is we might just be previewing this exact matchup all over again in a little less than a week.
Chris Acker, the assistant coach from San Diego State, used to be at Boise State. I caught up with him for about 10 minutes yesterday, and we will play that on the pregame show tonight. This might be a little shorter show. We have to get ready, and we're heading out, as I said, on the VIP basketball experience today on the private jet. But I did ask Chris Acker about possibly playing Boise State in the very next game in the Mountain West tournament. And if you have some secret formula to guard Tyson Degenhart, do you save it for the game next week? And he kind of laughed and he's like, come on, man, you know the answer here. You coach to win the game, you play to win the game. And I certainly understand that. Boise State's not going to hold anything back tonight. But, Jay, if you had to pick, would you rather win tonight or rather win on Thursday? You probably would pick Thursday.
Yeah, unequivocally. Like, that's not even debatable. Like, you absolutely pick Thursday. So, it is a big opportunity, though. One more quad one resume building opportunity for both these teams. And while you feel like they're both comfortably in the NCAA tournament at this point, a win like this could certainly help, what seed line they're assigned to on Selection Sunday. It's interesting.
Uh-oh. Jay's internet froze. Is that me or Jay? I think that's Jay. Jay's internet froze up a little bit. We'll get him back here in just a second. Jay Tust going to join us back in just a second. He's a little, his internet went down a little bit. By the way, Jordan Morales says, happy game day. Come on down to the House of Western tonight. The Blue Collar Club is hosting an event tonight, a watch party to watch the game. We're going to hopefully try to link up with Jordan and Derek and everybody in the Blue Collar Club on the pregame show if we can. We were trying to make it a joint BNN event with the Blue Collar Club, but Jaden was unavailable tonight, so we couldn't quite make that work. But we would love to have everybody show up tonight at House of Western in downtown Boise to watch the game, and then we are going to try to link up with them on the pregame show as well. So let me know, by the way, if that was Jay's internet or mine. I believe that was Jay, and I believe he's going to try to come back in here, but I don't know. I haven't seen any comments on that, so hopefully that was Jay and not me. But we do have 144 of you watching, I think, if I'm talking and you guys can hear me right now. But again, Roy Miller was the winner of the contest. We are leaving at 11 a.m. this morning. Super excited. Thanks to Ridley's Family Markets, our title sponsor of this trip. We're also very appreciative. Bauscher Real Estate, Cutwater Spirits, and, of course, the Blue and Orange Store. And Cutwater Spirits donated a couple cases of Cutwater, some drinks. I mean, I posted a picture to social media last night, but Roy Miller and the company are going to be, having a nice time on this flight down, and then hopefully celebrating on the flight back. Thanks to Cutwater Spirits and Stein Distributing for providing beverages and things for the trip. So our winners are going to get a new BNN T-shirt. They're going to be able to sip on a Cutwater or two on the way down. It's going to be a lot of fun. Our title sponsor, Andy Rowe, is coming with us as well. So super excited to hang out and with Roy Miller, our contest winner. And again, everybody was entered. We picked our winner a couple of weeks ago, Roy Miller, who lives in Idaho Falls. Never met the gentleman, and we had him on the pregame show the other night. Very nice guy. And again, a private jet is taking us to San Diego for the game tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that, and can't wait to get down there to San Diego and have a good time here. So looks like Jay Tust's computer is restarting. How about that's great timing for that to happen. But I just got a text from Jay that he picked a bad time for his computer to decide to restart. So we will get him back on as soon as we can. Mark Carringer is heading for Nevada. We'll be there for the ladies' game on Sunday, watching the game tonight from Ely. Go Broncos. Mark, looking forward to seeing you down there. I know you'll be out there sporting your stuff at the pool party next Friday at Circa Resort and Casino. Looking forward to getting down there on Friday. And again, if you have not already RSVP'd, 183 of you watching right now on a game day for Boise State, a week from today, right now, next Friday, we'll be doing our show from out at the pool at Circa Resort and Casino as the pool party gets underway. So make plans. Join us for the pool party. We're over 120, 125 people RSVP'd. So going to be a lot of fun. What else are you going to do all day Friday in Vegas? And I got to say this, we're doing this win or lose. So even if Boise State loses on Thursday, which we all hope doesn't happen, but if Boise State loses, we're still doing this. I know you'll be in a bad mood, but if you're staying in Vegas, come hang out, try to forget about the loss, and come meet other Boise State fans. We're doing this win or lose on Friday for the Mountain West tournament. Johnny and Prater are doing their show out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some giveaways, some swag from Circa to give away. We're going to be doing a raffle and things. So going to be a lot of fun. You can meet the great Karen Rains. That's probably enough reason to want to come to Circa Resort and Casino by itself. But looking forward to that. My wife's going to be down there. So again, Rains at BroncoNationNews.com, RSVP, and we'll get you on the list. It's like a $40 cover charge, and we will get you for free if you just email me at rains@bronconationnews.com. I think Jay Tust had the fastest computer update restart of all time. He has rejoined us. Jay Tust, how we doing, man?
Yeah, that was rather inconvenient. Sorry about that, but I am back.
I know how that goes, man. It always happens at the worst time. We're all good.
Yeah, I don't know where I dropped out, but I was just
worried it was me. I was talking for 3 minutes and I didn't have a comment yet, and I wasn't sure if I was the one that was on or you. And then we finally figured out that it was you. Somebody said, "Tell Jay to upgrade from dial-up." Jay is starring in the movie Frozen. What else we got here? Jay Trust Internet like Andy. Jay Trust Internet is like Andy Rose free throw. We got a lot of good comments coming in. Now you have this thing though, Jay, where if you just want to get up. If Jay just wants to get off and he's tired of doing the show, which I wouldn't blame him, 5 minutes in, he just has to. What movie is that? There was a movie or something where the guy just freezes up for a second and then just cancels it and he just goes on with his day.
Yep. It actually is my computer. It wasn't my internet this time, but anyways.
Okay. We were talking about the impact of the game tonight, Jay, and I believe win or lose, and then even if Boise State were to lose in the first round of the tournament, I believe Boise State is in the tournament. I think they've done enough. Jordan Morales pointing out that also, again, it's just for one day, but as of now, UNLV is up to quad 2, which helps as well.
Correct. Yeah. There has been some jockeying in the net rankings, and that is, that is good for Boise State for if UNLV can stay in this top 75 come Selection Sunday. But a reason why I just feel so safe about this is, and we're hypothetically speaking here, even if Boise State, drops one today, which, San Diego State hasn't lost at home all year, and then they would lose to the Aztecs in the Mountain West tournament. That's 2 quad 1 games, like 2 high level quad 1 games. So I just don't see that knocking them out of the field of 68 at this point in time. So I'm not predicting that's going to happen, by the way. I'm just saying that that's the worst case scenario that we have to consider right now. And I just, that might be the one good thing I would say about how loaded the Mountain West is this year. Like, you literally can't have a bad loss if you're arguably the only team that might be able to have a bad loss that's an NCAA tournament caliber team is Utah State, because they're going to be like the only one that doesn't play a quad 1 game out of those top.
Yeah, they'll play to Wyoming or Fresno in their first game.
Yeah. I mean, I guess whoever plays UNLV, that would be a neutral court game. So technically, it might not be No, they're top 75. So yeah, it would actually.
Oh, it's not. It is not neutral court. The NCAA ruled that it's road game for them. So,
right now they're in the top 75, so it would be a road game. So even whoever plays Utah
quad
or
UNLV
at this point in time would be a quad 1 game. So that is like the one, and I mean one good thing about how loaded the Mountain West is this year when you're heading down to Las Vegas to play in the Mountain West tournament. But it's man, Viejas, how aren't you going to leave it all out there, right? Like, this is a game too where Boise State's had some really nice success against San Diego State, kind of quietly or not so quietly, even the last 6 times that they've met up, right? And you got to believe that San Diego State is going to be hungry to get a win tonight and kind of quiet what Boise State has done against them recently.
Yeah, and Jay, I don't know if you got to go live tonight at 10 or what do you have going on tonight when the game ends, but if Boise State loses, can you just host the post-game show for me? Because I already know that the 3 or 4 or 5 people that were in there after the Nevada, they were already after the Nevada loss trying to say, here comes the slide, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. There's going to be the negative Nancy's, the small 1% of Bronco Nation. If they lose tonight and go on a 2-game losing streak into the tournament, I'm just prepared for it already, man. And we're trying to lay the scenario out. It's a quad 1 game. Mm-hmm. It's San Diego State is 14-0 at home. Your underdogs, at least at KenPom, I haven't seen the actual spread. KenPom number is 6. Like, you're not supposed to win this game. 6. I mean, this game is not even 6 points. Like, 2-3 possession game is supposed to happen here. So we'll see what happens. You mentioned Boise State has won 5 of the last 6 overall against San Diego State. 3 of those were in Boise, but they did win in San Diego, that 42-37 game a couple years ago. They won another game down there before that. But somebody's asking if San Diego State will be motivated tonight. I mean, it's senior night. It's a sellout crowd. It's a whiteout. They don't want to lose 2 in a row going into the tournament. I mean, I know they're a lock for the tournament, but I would think anytime San Diego State's at home, they're playing a team that already beat them this season. I think you're going to get a good effort from San Diego State.
Yeah, I agree. And, while I don't know if Boise State would prefer to face San Diego State in the first round of the NCAA, or excuse me, I guess it would be the quarterfinals of the Mountain West tournament. I don't know if San Diego State wants to face Boise State there either, given the fact that the Broncos have won 5 of 6 against them, right? So, depending on the outcome of tonight's game and some of the other games, like seeding can still change. So we'll see how all that kind of works out. But I would expect, just kind of a defensive slugfest. You're looking at the 9th ranked team in adjusted defense in San Diego State and Ken Palm's rankings going up against a Boise State squad that ranks 33rd in adjusted defense in those rankings. And so both of them kind of play I would say a little bit of a more deliberate tempo. So, I mean, these teams, in terms of some of their efficiencies, they kind of mirror each other in ways.
Nate says he's heading to San Diego here in 2 hours. So am I, Nate. I'll see you there maybe. So he'll be in section Q, 20 rows behind the bench. I believe Nate lives in Austin, Texas, if I remember right. So Nate, safe travels. We'll see you there. Try to come down and say hello if you can. The great Karen Rains will be there as well. She's snuck onto the cargo hold, I think, the luggage area of the jet, Jay. So Karen's going to be down there, and that's usually pretty good luck for Boise State, by the way. I think she's got a pretty good record on the road when she goes to the games. So 14-0, going to be tough. Leon is Dutcher's kryptonite. I think we win tonight. Don't see Leon losing 2 in a row all that often. We're better on the road this season, too. Jay, right about when you went out, though, I was talking about Chris Acker, and I got a chance to catch up with him. Great dude. And I asked Leon about it yesterday, and he kind of scoffed at the question. I know coaches are going to say you play to win the game, but it is a very interesting thought if you really are going to play. Because, again, if Boise State loses, Jay, which we all think probably is going to happen, that pretty much locks it up. The 4-5 game is San Diego State and Boise State. I believe if New Mexico wins, could that move San Diego State up? I don't think so. I think it's pretty much 4-5. I don't think San Diego State can get above the 4, but I'm not sure. But that's what's most likely if Boise State loses. If Boise State wins, they move to the 3, but San Diego State would drop down to the 6, I believe, and then would still play them in the 3-6 game. So I guess if New Mexico wins, they could maybe be the – I don't know how that would well play out. I don't know. I guess if Boise State – I think it's a pretty good chance Boise State's going to be playing San Diego State. So if you have some idea on how to guard Jaden Ledee, I mean, Mike Burns would never say this, but I mean, do you throw everything against the wall tonight and win this game and cement yourself in the tournament and worry about Thursday on Thursday?
I think that's the approach you kind of have to take. But if it's me, I'm not even going to say that too. Yeah, go win the game tonight.
Win the game tonight. Worry about Thursday on Thursday.
Go win the game tonight. Worry about Thursday on Thursday. And if you win tonight,
you win tonight, Jay. I know they want to win a Mountain West tournament, but you win tonight. You do a couple things. You keep yourself alive for the regular season title, and then if New Mexico were to win tomorrow, you're co-champs. And then you also absolutely 100% cement lock in, which I think they already have. But you would have you're all guaranteed 105% whatever in the tournament if you win tonight. And again, I think if they win tonight and can maybe win a game in the tournament, I still think that's 6, 7, 7, 8, 7 seed maybe 6, 7 seed, 8 seed maybe. But if they lose tonight, then maybe lose in the tournament, you're probably looking at 9, 10, 11. So I mean, I still think they're playing for something here.
Yeah, I agree. And on top of that, if they, I get when it goes back to what I was saying initially, man, sorry about that. This is the type of win that can help your seed line, and it can help where they place you geographically, right? And I know that Boise State would probably love to either get a Salt Lake City or a Gonzaga or Spokane, because then, you could have your fan base travel out to the NCAA tournament pretty easily and watch you and support you and, back you while you're playing in a really intense game. So you definitely go out, try to win tonight's game and flex your muscles against San Diego State and just worry about next week. And then if Boise State does pull it off, BJ, we get to hear all the wonderful cliches. It's really tough to beat a team 3 times or something along those lines.
Yeah, that would be the case. This would be one of the better wins of the season if they won tonight, I would think. Maybe the biggest win of the season, given everything.
San Diego State right now is 19th in the net. You could very easily say that it's the biggest win of the season. And they're the only team. I believe that San Diego State's the only team that hasn't lost on their home floor in Mountain West Conference play this year. So If they win, not only, that's definitely a graphic that you're going to see floated out there, perfect at home, things like that. They're going to take a lot of pride in it. So we'll see if Boise State can kind of disrupt that and hand the Aztecs a loss. And one thing that we have to mention here too, BJ, like if Nevada were to win tomorrow and Boise State were to win tonight, they are back in the discussion to be co-conference champions, which means they'll put another trophy in the trophy case.
You need
over
New Mexico. You said Nevada.
New Mexico. You need if New Mexico can beat Utah State in Logan, then all of a sudden Boise State with a win tonight would be back into a tie for first place.
Yeah.
Not when it comes to head-to-head tiebreakers, but at least how the Mountain West considers, rewarding co-conference champions. And so that's another reason why you absolutely go after the game tonight. If you want any chance of maybe winning that trophy and being able to claim that you're a conference champion this year, you got to win the night.
They're going to a 20-game league schedule. I want to get Jay's thoughts on that. Also want to get Jay's thoughts on Dirk Cutter and the conversation yesterday. We got about 10 minutes left, Jay. I got a little shorter show than usual today, but I do want to tell people real quick, Cutwater Spirits, in the mobile studios, the Cutwater Studios, more than 35 flavors, pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. And again, thank you to Cutwater for providing beverages for our trip today. Andy Rowe and company will be enjoying them. Our title sponsor coming on the trip with us. Check them out, roepaint.com. All your painting needs. We're looking at doing some painting in our house. Had Mike out yesterday for an estimate and appreciate the service from roepaint.com. Highly recommend them for all your painting needs, roepaint.com. Tyson Degenhart knows what's up. ICCU.com. Check them out. Idaho Central Credit Union. It's the easiest mobile e-branch online banking you'll ever use. I literally have been into an Idaho Central Credit Union like 3 times. Well, one time when I signed up, had to get some checks printed one time, but you can do everything mobile. It's so easy, and I'm so happy the Raines family made the switch. Bronco Nation News as well. Check them out. Idaho Central Credit Union. ICCU.com. Ridley's Family Markets, the title sponsor of our trip down to San Diego. Super appreciative of the Ridley's family for their support. Ridley's Family Markets. Check them out, shopridleys.com. Download the Shop Ridley's app in your phone store. You can get up to 40% off of the checkout line. 14 locations in the state of Idaho and around the Northwest. Check them out, shopridleys.com. Bauscher Real Estate, Matt Bauscher, appreciate him. Bauscher Real Estate, the best in the business, #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. Check him out. No home is too big or too small for Matt Bauscher and his team. You get more information at bauscherrealestate.com. Rolling through here because we don't have a ton of time. Lithia Ford of Boise, lithiafordboise.com. View their full inventory online. Find a vehicle you like. Go in, test drive it, and you're on your way in a couple of hours. We appreciate Lithia Ford of Boise, one of our main sponsors here, and they'll be sponsoring the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame and postgame show on location tonight from San Diego. Taco Bell, great food. And by the way, they're hiring. TacoBellWorks.com. If you need a job, the SON Management family, Nicolason family, they are hiring. They'll give you half your wages the very next day after your shift, and they'll hook you up with free food while you're working. So check them out. Get more information, TacoBellWorks.com. The Blue and Orange Store, theblueandorangestore.com. We appreciate them as well. Shirts, jerseys, caps, you name it, all the Boise State gear you're looking for. They got it at the Boise Town Square Mall there on the 2nd floor. Or if you're not in the Boise area, just go to theblueandorangestore.com and get free shipping on any order over $40. And, of course, transportation compliance service, transcomservice.com. You want to get in the trucking industry? Don't do it yourself. You'll go out of business. Let the professionals handle it. All the DOT overweight permits, everything you need. Let the professionals take care and get you out there towing that first load in no time at transcomservice.com. And of course, Bronco Brew Coffee, perfect morning for some coffee. You might need it. 8 p.m. start tonight. Get another pot this afternoon. Fresh, roasted to order coffee. Check it out, broncobrew.coffee. You will not be disappointed. It's delicious tasting coffee, roasted to order. And many times, if you're in the Boise area, you'll get it in about 24 hours at your doorstep. So check them out. Help Boise State Athletics in the same process, broncobrew.coffee. All right, Jay, final thought on the game tonight. Final regular season game. Sold-out crowd, Viejas Arena, going into a hostile environment tonight, and you don't want to go into the tournament on a 2-game losing streak. I get it; it's not the end of the world, but Boise State has played pretty well with their backs against the wall this year. I should know this, but I believe I guess they had it one time right in the tournament, but otherwise, after they lost the 2 in a row to Clemson and Virginia Tech, only other time was Colorado State, Utah State on the road, losing back-to-back games. So. Going to be tough tonight. Obviously, you would have much rather won the Nevada game and then kind of just been playing with house money tonight. But for the most part, we have seen this team respond.
I still feel like they're playing with house money tonight. That they can have a relaxed approach and go into this thing. And as Leon Rice likes to say, let the fur fly. One other thing about this game, BJ, and people I don't know if they're giving him enough credit right now, but Tyson Degenhart certainly should be in the contention to win Mountain West Conference Player of the Year if they win tonight. And I do think that it would probably take a New Mexico win in Logan. It would strengthen his chances of maybe earning that title. Right now, he's second in the Mountain West Conference in points scored in conference play, trailing Jaden Ledee by 23, right? Boise State did a pretty good job of containing Ledee last time. So a big game from Tyson tonight, a win by the Broncos tonight would certainly help Tyson's chances of maybe rallying back late in the season and winning or at least very well contending for that award.
Yeah, I would like to see Tyson get in the mix, but I mean, yeah, that's probably the only way, right, Jay? Is if Boise State somehow ties for first, that he's at least even in the conversation. I mean,
it's the only. Yeah, I think it's the only way he has to be in the conversation.
And you and me agree with this. Everyone's talking about Grant Osibor, and you and me agree with this. But I think if Utah State wins tomorrow and gets sole possession, my pick would be Brown, the point guard.
Yeah. I mean, are you really even Jaden Ledee's had an unbelievable year. I think he has been, the best player in the conference for much of the year. But at the same time, if San Diego State were to finish in 5th place, 2 games out of first place, even 3 games out of first place if Utah State wins, can you really give him that title? I don't know. I think it becomes much more interesting. But I agree with you. Darius Brown, if they don't have him, they're not anywhere near first place. But you look at he hit the shot at the end of the UNLV game. He had a monster performance here against Boise State, over a month ago when he played 43 minutes without a single turnover, and then he banks in a 30-foot three on the road at Fresno State. If they don't have him, they easily have 3 more losses on their resume right now, like easily. He saved the day for them a number of times, but I agree with you, man. Darius Brown also deserves to be in the conversation right now too.
All right, 20-game conference schedule.
Yep.
I've seen one fan base against it. It's San Diego State. I've yet to see anybody else really against it. I see both sides of the argument. You can say, hey, it's helped the strength of schedule for a Boise State. It's helped the strength of schedule for a San Diego State. The flagship, quote unquote, flagship state, conference team, San Diego State doesn't like it. And they've had the most success. Maybe there's a reason. I get it. Overall, I mean, I think it's debatable when it comes to the NCAA tournament bids and what's best for that. But
yeah,
there's no denying when you want to pick a conference champion, the fair way to do it is have everybody play everybody. And you only had to add 2 games. It just seemed too easy. Your thoughts on going to 20 games here?
Well, forever we said that the winner of this league would have 4 or 5 losses probably, right? And we are right there. You had 2 more games, making sure that, a program like, Utah State has to go to Nevada, things like that. Man, in a league like in a year like this year, the league winner might have 5 or 6 losses now all of a sudden. It creates a competitive balance that the league obviously desired, right? And so now there's no chance of somebody missing out or lucking out, really. It's not like Utah State made this decision to not go to Nevada. But it kind of removes any of that doubt that, somebody had an easier road to winning a Mountain West Conference championship. So I love it. I think it's good. And I also think that a byproduct of that too might even help teams strengthen their non-conference schedule, because now all of a sudden you're not worried about spending the money to get 2 teams to travel to your respective institution to fill out your non-conference schedule. So now all of a sudden you have that money to maybe entice a better, more attractive opponent to arrange a home and home with, or just one way or another get to travel out to your place to play a basketball game.
Yeah, no doubt. And I personally, you're guaranteeing that you're adding a Mountain West home game. So I think right away you just get rid of one of the non-Division I games. Boise State played 2 this year. I think there were like 6 Mountain West teams, Jay, including San Diego State, that played 2 non-Division I. So you don't have to pay for the home game. Heck, even save $5,000 that you paid, Vanguard to come in, and you now get, would have been Wyoming, I guess. So the thought from some people is, okay, that's a quad 4 home game. The Vanguard game doesn't count. The Wyoming game probably hurts you. I guess I understand that, but I mean, I think over time, it's not always going to be a quad 4 home game that you're adding in. It's going to even out. And then the other argument is, well, you're guaranteeing losses. You're guaranteeing another, whatever, 18 more losses within your league because you have 2 more sets of, 9 or whatever, 10 losses, whatever it is, because you're guaranteeing every, 2 teams in the Mountain West play each other. Somebody has to lose, and that's going to hurt your numbers. I don't know. I get it. You're going to have 5, 6, 7 teams in the tournament this year, but I think you got to do what's best for the conference and what's fair in terms of picking a champion. And you know what? Next year, the Mountain West might not be as good, but you know why that's going to be? A lot of these COVID players are moving on and the rosters are balancing back out. It's not going to be because they played a 20-game conference schedule, and I guarantee you that's what everybody will probably try to, the San Diego State fans at least, will try to point to as the reason, but it is what
we talked to Leon about that. I asked him, I was like, what is the difference, man? Like, what's going on with the league this year? And he said that he feels like they've always had talented players. He feels like they've always had really good coaching. The difference this year is the age and experience of the players. You have guys, Max Rice, for example, he's using a COVID year right now to extend his career, and he's made a big impact on Boise State and their success. So those types of players are soon no longer going to be around because, the COVID eligibility season, the additional year that has been provided because of it, those guys are getting old enough now to where we don't have to worry about it. In a way, also, thank God, because the further we get away from that, the better for everybody, in my opinion. But, it's a good thing. And I just think the one thing that I want to see, and I hope happens, I hope those conference games are actually kind of moved. The 2 additional ones are moved to like earlier December.
They're going to be
playing. Yeah. And just because playing around Christmas, like nobody's going to be at their absolute best when they're probably playing somewhere between the 23rd and the 27th, right? Give the guys a little bit of a time off there, go be with their families, come back refreshed and recharged. If it was like a straight linear schedule for Mountain West Conference play, it probably would push into those Christmas days. So just break it up and make sure those games are in earlier December. And you're right. I believe the Mountain West said that, but I really hope that's how they decide to break it up.
I don't know if you read all 24 pages of your contract with BNN, Jay Tust, when you signed, but it did require you to attend the BNN pool party next Friday, a week from right now. I'm hoping Jay Tust will just come, do his appearance in person at the pool, and then hang out for a while, maybe get a KTVB, noon, whatever your 11 o'clock noon broadcast is for the news on a Friday. Get Jay out there. Looking forward to this. Hopefully you guys will join us. A week from today, we'll be out at Stadium Swim, and I do have confirmation that if you sign up and RSVP in advance, you get a free drink ticket. So free entry, a free drink, and you get to hang out with other Boise State fans and watch all the games on TV. I think on a Friday wasn't it, Jay, probably like the Big Ten quarterfinals. You'll have SEC quarterfinals going on, I think, on a Friday morning. So there'll be some games on. It'll be a great time. Looking forward to it. Again, email me, rains@BroncoNationNews.com, and we'll get you on the VIP list for free entry and a free drink at Stadium Swim at Circa Resort and Casino. All right, Jay, final thing. And of course, I said we're going 30 minutes. We're already at 33. But I do want to get one comment from you. We were there for about an hour yesterday. Dirk Cutter, Spencer Danielson. By the way, and I think we mentioned this, Jay, but I just want to publicly say this. You and I and a couple of media members did meet with Spencer Danielson a couple of weeks ago, and we had a great give and take back and forth about some things. We suggested we'd like to see some things that, why it might not be a great idea from Spencer's perspective. But, unlike some previous meetings we've had, Jay, he was taking notes on his iPad, and unlike some previous meetings, some stuff got done. We are going to get to watch the entire first practice in its entirety. And they're going to close the next 2 practices because we're all in Las Vegas anyway. But
it's awesome on their part, by the way. Like, let the basketball team have their damn moment in the sun. They deserve it. Let the football
team have their 2 private practices where nobody's watching and they don't have to worry about it. No one's complaining. But it sounds like the majority of the practices when we get back from spring break will be open as well. They will be open in their entirety. The media can stay. I liked how Patrick Walsh put it, because we're going to kick you out when the practice ends. And that was a very, there's some things during the team drills that we can't film, we can't report on, but they're going to allow the media to stay the entire practice for the majority of the spring. Anytime the practice is open in the spring, we get to watch the entire practice. And that was something we had asked for. That's a huge step forward. We also asked, and this is the thing fans probably don't care about, but if the interviews could be moved to the recruiting lounge, because we were doing them in the lobby and it was kind of hard to hear, and it wasn't great when players were walking by and doors were opening. And they also agreed to move the interviews to the recruiting lounge. And I also thought, Jay, it was a small thing that most people don't care about, but bringing in the support staff at the end, there's a lot of folks that are at practice and folks where you're like, well, who is that person? What do they do? They're the assistant trainer. They're the assistant equipment guy or whoever. And they went down the line and introduced themselves. And then we returned the favor and all went through and introduced ourselves. You were the only one. You were the only one, by the way, to put your title in there. I kind of like. I wish I hadn't gone. I wish you'd gone first, so everybody else would have followed. But
I did. I honestly
I
thought that's what
at KTVB, and everybody else just kind of said who we were with. So you sounded more important when you talked, which you are. But I wish you had gone first. So everybody could have. So I could have followed up as well. But I think everybody already knew who you were.
I was chosen to go last.
Everybody knew who you were anyway, but I just thought that was a small thing that most people don't care about. But like the people in the building behind the scenes and the chief of staff and the assistant to the head coach and all those kind of people, I thought it was nice just to, it was a real quick. They said who they were. We said who we were, but that stuff like all adds up. And so I only want one thought. We're already over the time here, but that I wanted to go. We do have 401 people watching this, which I'm sure is for Jay's appearance. It has nothing to do with me, but just your take from the whole day yesterday, whether it was any of that stuff, what you heard from Spencer, Dirk. I mean, the floor is yours here.
It was cool that he did that, first things first. And I think that those people deserve some recognition because they're a huge part of this thing. I mean, a guy like Kyle Young, who, is a really guy that he's a guy that really kind of has spearheaded these huge recruiting efforts, doesn't get a lot of attention. So it's cool to see them get up and get a little recognition, I guess. Takeaway for me yesterday is just, Spencer's preaching competitiveness, man. He says he doesn't care if you've been here for a day or 4 years or whatever, that competition is going to fuel their competitive spirit during spring ball this year. And, the depth chart certainly isn't set. And those are things that we've heard in the past, but this is something that he wants to make an emphasis of. So, outside of that, Dirk Cutter's back. He's going to get a chance to run the offense, and no, he's not going to go out on the road and recruit. We found that out yesterday too. That's probably something we imagined would be the case, but I'm just eager to see this thing kick off and see how it looks, on Monday for that matter.
Sky says we want to see BJ catch a go route from Malachi after practice one. Jay Tust catching a go route would be much more much better chance, I guess, that it's caught. First of all,
can I just stand in a spot and catch it?
Good point. How about a like a little hit, something that's shortened to the sideline. I don't need to be doing a go route down.
Okay, a little out route or something.
Yeah, something.
Okay.
Quick.
Yeah, that works.
They've joked for years about a media combine, and I'm just praying that never happens because I might be sick that day.
Yeah, you and me both, brother.
The guys on KTIK said it comes with 20 rules. I don't necessarily know about that, but there's just some things during the team drills that we can't necessarily report. But I do think that all of the changes, Jay, I know some media just say, "Oh, I stand behind the coach, whatever he says." That's a lot of Harsin defenders said, "Oh, who cares about the media, whatever." But like in the end, the fans win. More coverage from us, more interviews, more informed opinions of how guys are doing, more video clips at practice. Like, we don't have it's not our egos. We want to watch 2 hours of practice. It helps our job but in the end, it all filters down to the fans.
Yep, it does. Yeah, better access for them. They'll be able to understand the players a little bit better, and that's our whole goal and intent too, right, man? Like, let everybody know the character that that represents each of these players, because that's how and why you're going to show up on game day and root for these dudes.
Let's have ball game runner out. Yes, that's what we all want to see.
There it is. Yeah. I'll take that one.
Jay, should be fun tonight. Viejas Arena. We'll be watching KTVB. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be watching KTVB tonight.
Yeah, that's okay, buddy.
Viejas Arena, but Sky says no way that I dropped that pass. No chance. I'm not sure I get to it, but if I can get my hands on it, I'm pulling it in.
I don't know. We might have to arrange that, buddy.
I mean, that is going to be all eyes on Malachi Nelson first practice on Monday. That's going to be the first time Dirk Cutter. When we watch Malachi Nelson throw his first pass at practice, that'll be the first time that Dirk Cutter sees him throw a pass live.
In that capacity, because coaches aren't allowed. They're so limited with what they can do with players right now in terms of coaching or on-field coaching. So, that's kind of wild there, man. That is kind of wild. I can't wait to see how Dirk develops these guys, though, man. Like, I know it's obvious, but this guy is like one of the best to ever do it. Like, to have him is an extreme luxury. Spencer Danielson obviously did a wonderful job of convincing him to come be a part of this thing. And now you're going to have Malachi Nelson, CJ Tiller, who, by the way, Spencer Danielson said he's going to take a majority of the number 1 reps, at least initially. And Maddox Madsen and so on and so forth, learning from Dirk Cutter. Like that's just going to be so awesome. And a reason why that real quick, BJ, because I know we're tight on time, is significant. When Dirk was thrown into this thing mid-season last time, you're so far into it. He says, like, we didn't get a chance to work on like the fundamentals a ton, or like, mechanics, stuff like that. Now that he has a whole off season, a whole preseason, like those are things that he's going to get a chance to really dive into and work on with these guys. And again, to reiterate, one of the best to do it. So can't wait to see the development of that quarterback room.
Once again, Jay, I'll put $5 on your next paycheck. I said, we're going short today, and here we are at 40 minutes and counting. So I've got to get to the airport in about 15 minutes.
Get out of here.
Appreciate you, Jay. Big one tonight. Looking forward to it. And then next week's going to be a lot of fun in Las Vegas. I know Jay and the whole KTVB team will be all over the coverage down there in Las Vegas. But Roy Miller, looking forward. Congratulations again for winning the trip. Thank you to everyone that subscribed and entered and tried to win. But Roy Miller, we're going to make sure he has a great time tonight, Viejas Arena. And again, Jay, I know it seems improbable, but a win tonight, improbable. You win tonight, and Utah State loses tomorrow, and you're a Mountain West champion. I mean, it's pretty simple. So
let's get it done.
Enjoy the game tonight, everybody. They're going to be at House of Western. By the way, the Blue Collar Club's doing a watch party there at the House of Western, downtown Boise, the Morales brothers and everybody. So if you're looking for a spot to go watch the game tonight, help out the Blue Collar Club. Go show up at the House of Western tonight downtown. They'll have the game on and some good food and drink deals. So check them out, House of Western downtown, and then watch all the highlights, everything. Jay will have you covered on KTVB. We'll have some periodic social media updates on the trip, but the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show, it's, what is it, Jay? 8 o'clock Mountain Time start, I believe. So
yeah, so 8:15.
Yeah. So 7 o'clock or so Mountain Time, we'll be live with the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show. So appreciate you guys. Jay, thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate everybody. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you from San Diego in a couple hours. Bronco Nation News Live, Bronco Nation News.